May was a jam-packed month for Star Wars, so let's not waste any time and discuss the additions to the Star Wars canon timeline, May 2018. This month we saw the release of several new stories across the narrative universe. Star Wars issue number 47, Star Wars Adventures Free Comic Book Day, Star Wars The Last Jedi adaptation number 1, Lost Stars manga volume 1, Darth Vader issue number 16, Thrawn issue number 4, Star Wars Adventures issue number 10, Star Wars The Last Jedi adaptation number 2, Poe Dameron issue number 27, Star Wars issue number 48, Star Wars Annual issue number 4, Dr. Aphra issue number 20, Most Wanted, a young adult novel, The Mighty Chewbacca and the Forest of Fear, Chewie and the Courageous Kid, Lando, Double or Nothing, issue number 1. We can't forget the release of the latest film in the Star Wars franchise, Solo, a Star Wars story. And if that wasn't enough, a new series of Forces of Destiny short films were released, including Chopper and Friends, Monster Misunderstanding, Art History, Triple Cross, Porgs, Perilous Pursuit, Traps and Tribulations, and A Disarming Lesson. Now let us take a brief look at where each of these stories fits within the Star Wars canon timeline. Prior to Episode 1, Forces of Destiny, Monster Misunderstanding shows Queen Amidala as she helps solve the mystery of an aqua monster attacking the docks on her planet. After Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Darth Vader issue number 16 continues the story of Vader as he and his army of Inquisitors help settle an uprising on the planet Mancala. Approximately halfway between Episode 3 and Episode 4, we get the release of Solo, a Star Wars story, telling us the story of Solo's escape from Corellia, his service in the Imperial Army, and how he got into a life of smuggling. Prior to the film is the young adult novel Most Wanted, showing Solo and Kira and the trouble that they found themselves on Corellia. Lando, Double or Nothing, issue number 1, begins an arc that leads us to his appearance in Solo. And somewhere between the time Solo escaped Corellia and the timeline of the bulk of the story, Forces of Destiny Triple Cross showcases Kira as she is hunted by bounty hunters IG-88 and Hondo Ohnaka. Thrawn issue number 4 continues to adapt the Thrawn novel with some great perspective on the events of the story. A manga adaptation of Lost Stars is localized for the US and takes us through this novel with some great artwork from Japan. Star Wars Adventures Free Comic Book Day issue leads us into Star Wars Adventures issue number 10, Powered Down, where Chewie and Han are pursued by legendary bounty hunter pair Zuckuss and Forlom. The Mighty Chewbacca in the Forest of Fear is a quick read, but adds a new mythos to the lore and showcases our favorite Wookiee in the forefront of the story, as he runs across some of our favorite characters from Rogue One. Forces of Destiny, A Disarming Lesson shows a rare moment where Ahsoka is training Ezra and helps him learn a lesson on trusting in the Force. In Forces of Destiny Art History, Sabine is working with her brother in a mission to help save Mandalore. This happens in the time frame when Sabine leaves the Ghost crew to focus on her family. I personally love these 8x8 children's books which adapt canon stories that are not films, and Chewie and the Courageous Kid does that with the Chewbacca Marvel miniseries, which is a great line of comics to bring to a younger audience. Star Wars issue number 47 and number 48 continue the Rebels' quest to convince the greater Mon Cala to join their cause. Star Wars Annual number 4 showcases Luke and Sana Starros as they head to the races, pod races, and the Dark Lord of the Sith makes an appearance. Dr. Aphra issue number 20 begins a new arc as Aphra has landed herself in an Imperial prison. Star Wars Adventures number 10 includes the story Family Affair, where Lando, who has attempted to leave the outlaw life behind, gets conned into helping an old friend with her plight. In Forces of Destiny, Chopper and Friends, Chopper and Hera discover a couple of rogue TIE fighters flying around Endor, and with the help of a couple of stowaway Ewoks, manage to eradicate the threat. In Forces of Destiny, Traps and Tribulations, Leia is recounting the adventures with the Ewoks to Luke when Wicket asks for some help resetting the traps around their village. It is then they encounter a giant Gorax. In Forces of Destiny, Perilous Pursuit, Rey and Finn are making their way back to the Falcon on Starkiller Base, as they are chased by a group of snowtroopers. In Poe Dameron issue number 27, Poe continues to recount the adventures of his squadron in the time he was separated from Finn on Jakku through his rescue on Takodana. In Forces of Destiny, Porgs, Chewbacca is working on the Falcon when a couple of Porgs try and take some needed wires to add to their nest. And lastly, Marvel begins to adapt Star Wars The Last Jedi and are able to add some new insights into the film. Now to preview what is coming up this month. Star Wars issue number 49, Star Wars The Last Jedi issue number 3, Star Wars Adventures number 11, Darth Vader number 17, Thrawn number 5, Poe Dameron issue number 28, Lando Double or Nothing issue number 2, and Dr. Aphra issue number 21. That concludes this update for May 2018. And as always, Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars The Canon Explained. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Leave your comments and questions about this video or any elements of the Star Wars canon below. Till next time, may the Force be with you.